Hi folks, Kev from KSG Photography here. I'm delighted to say that I'm currently in Paphos in Cyprus for Kelly and John's wedding, which is taking place the day after tomorrow. First met John and Kelly a couple of years ago at a friend's wedding when this big bald guy, another big bald guy called John, came up and asked me if I would take a photograph of him and his girlfriend. We used the Highlands as the backdrop, so the fact that they're getting married here many thousands of miles away, we couldn't have much more of a contrast from the first time that I met them. Flew in last night, and today's been spent wrecking areas for their pre-wedding shoot tomorrow, and also some of the shots we're going to take on their wedding day. I get asked an awful lot of the time which bags that I carry my cameras in and which ones are best for particular jobs, and I make no bones about the fact that I use primarily ThinkTank bags. They're just fantastic. They do exactly what I need them to do. The fact that I needed everything to be with me and carry on was a major factor for this, for the bag that I chose, as putting some of my equipment into the cargo hold to get either damaged, broken, lost is not an option when you're travelling this sort of distance to deliver results for someone. So I used the ThinkTank Airport Accelerator bag. Quite a big bag, still carry-on compatible, but it has carried everything that I see as being essential pieces of kit for this wedding, including backup equipment. Some of the stuff you'll see in the short video that's about to follow, you might think there's a bit overkill there. There possibly is, and I really hope that some of the stuff never sees the light of day. But what if something goes wrong? What if something breaks? What if something gets dropped? What do? You're thousands of miles from home, you don't know where the nearest camera store is, and there's a bride and groom calling on you. It's not an option. Reach into the bag and get my backup stuff. So you'll see all of that in the video coming up right now.
Right folks, this is my ThinkTank Airport Accelerator backpack. It's the bag that I carry mostly if I'm going on a big job, because I can pack bucket loads of stuff in it. And very importantly, in jobs like this where I'm overseas, it's carry-on compatible, so that everything that's in here is, to me, it's essential. More importantly, it goes everywhere with me rather than being checked into the hold and risking being damaged or lost. We're up into the main compartment. One of the big things for me is the fact that I can keep two camera bodies with my two most widely used lenses. In this case, two Fuji X Pro 2s with 50 to 140 and 16 to 55 f2.8 lenses. They're ready to go. I don't need to mess around taking lenses off and on and risking more dust getting into the sensors. A wee bit of space in there where I normally put an extra couple of batteries, and a cold shoe for a speed light. Usually my Pelican case memory card holder will sit in there. A rocket blower for cleaning the camera will sit there, and my Iconic light meter. In this case, this is an L758. Absolutely essential. That goes in there. Now it's quite a deep bag, which is great because it means that I can fit, sometimes stack things. In this case, my Fuji 16 to 1.4 lens, 35mm 1.4, Fuji 56 1.2 lens, and I'm quite often asked if the lens hood's broken, or if the lens is broken. No, they're absolutely fine. It's just that I wrap gaffer tape around about that because it's a multitude of uses on shoots and wedding days and stuff. And if it's there on the lens hood, it's the easiest place for me to grab it from. Godox X1T trigger. I carry two of those with me as I shoot using the Godox system or Pixar Pro system. And here we have another X1T trigger. And the Samyang 12mm f2 lens. Fantastic lens for dance floor shots, for, you know, if there's a big group or a smashing big venue, grand landscapes. As I say, really good for dance floor shots. I use that an awful lot in dance floor shots, as it lets me get right into the thick of things. Fujifilm X-T2 as backup. Got a couple of ND filters in there. Moving across here, the first of the mag mod system that you'll see in here. We've got the snoot, and this is the mag beam. Didn't use them this time, but they're always there just in case. My gels, I have corrective gels and I have creative gels in there. Did use them this time as well. They get used an awful lot. A couple of mag gel holders, 2 mag snoots. These are just fantastic wee pieces of kit. I'm going to do a wee bit more on how I use these, but basically these get used an awful lot on weddings. Hidden away down the bottom here, there's a Pixar Pro Lion 580 speedlight, which again is a rebranded Godox something or other. Normally in beside this will be 2 Pixar Pro Pica 200s. They won't sit in there, they're actually sitting out separately just now, but we'll pack them in there in a wee while. And what you see here is the Fuji 60mm f2.4 macro lens for ring shots, close-up detail shots, and also a very, very handy portrait lens. That goes in, that sits on top, along with the mag sphere and the mag bounce from Magmod. And as I say, they will normally sit just in there, covered over like that. In these compartments here I usually carry things like my, if I can get it out, X-ray colour checker passport. Again, an essential piece of kit for me when you're working in areas with mixed lighting. You can have various different colours being thrown, mixing in with daylight, mixing in with flash, and using this just allows me to create a custom white balance so that I know that whatever I'm shooting, my colours are 100% accurate. There are other wee bits and pieces in there, cable releases if I'm doing any long exposure stuff at night, spare hot shoe covers, a few other wee kind of knick-knacks, bits and pieces. Coming to the outside of the bag, this compartment here, in here you'll see another absolutely essential piece of kit. The latest chest harness 2 carrier, or 2 camera carrier from Cotton Carrier. I bought the very first Cotton Carrier many years ago, just a few weeks after it was launched in the States, and I'm very proud to be one of the brand ambassadors now. But this for me is crucial. It doesn't matter what I'm shooting, doesn't matter where I'm shooting. This has to go with me if I'm shooting professionally, because it lets me carry 2 bodies, locked securely everywhere I go, with no stress in my neck. It's all carried across the shoulders, so you get to the end of the wedding day and you don't have that pain in your neck that you do if you're using straps. And also I know there are various other multi-camera holders which will allow you to carry 2 cameras by your side. The problem with those for me is that they swing around, and I don't want my expensive cameras and lenses bouncing into things. These are locked securely, they don't go anywhere until I decide that they need to come off. So that goes in there. This is where the laptop goes. It'll carry, I think it's up to a 15 or a 17. I just put a 13-inch MacBook because it's ideal for me travelling. iPad goes in there. Cotton Carrier goes in there. And various other knick-knacks go in here. Some wet wipes, some painkillers, spare batteries, pens, red whips from ThinkTank, which are absolutely incredible wee pieces of kit. It's not until you actually get them you realise just how many times you've been without them. It's a very worthwhile addition to your kit bag for either tidying up cables or bungeeing a speed light somewhere that you can't get a light stand into. And that is pretty much it. You'll see I also carry a torch on the handle here. There's a wee carabiner if I want to attach it onto a light stand or a tripod to help give it a wee bit more stability. And that is pretty much everything that I've carried across here for this wedding. I haven't used it all, as I didn't expect to, but when you're travelling this sort of distance to cover someone's wedding, it's a big day that you can't turn back the time. So you need to make sure that everything that you might need is there, just in case. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section below. Please like, subscribe, share away, and I'll see you again soon.